The England cricket team caused a fair bit of consternation when, ahead of the IPL playoffs, it was announced that all of the players who were playing in the IPL, the English players that is, would in fact be withdrawn from the tournament because they had set up a series against Pakistan, which to them felt like ideal preparation for the T20 World Cup. It was something that left a lot of not just fans but even franchise owners and the BCCI disappointed, given that most plans had been made for squads with the assumption that all England players would be available through the duration of the tournament. However, there was also a set of people who felt that maybe it was good that there was at least some teams who were prioritizing international cricket over league cricket. However, there have now come criticisms for this entire T20I series, and they come, interestingly, not from just anyone but a former England captain in Michael Vaughan. And his criticism, let's just put it this way, is pretty strongly worded. Speaking, of course, on a podcast that's a pretty popular one, he said that I think playing in the IPL in the playoffs with the pressure, crowd and expectations is better prep than playing versus Pakistan. Now, suffice to say that this particular statement has gone over like a lead balloon when it comes to Pakistan cricket social media. There's been a lot of explosions over the fact that, oh, he's disrespecting Pakistani cricket. Oh, he's saying our bowlers aren't good enough. Oh, he thinks Pakistan are not a good team, or he's underestimating them. There's a lot of reactions. I'm not going to be covering too much of it. Just please go ahead on the website X, formerly known as Twitter, and check it out for yourself. You'll see what it is I mean. And it's not pretty. It's reached a point where Vaughan himself has had to put out some statements contradicting that. But he needn't have, given that on this very same podcast, he said very clearly that he meant no disrespect. See? He says that I'm not disrespecting Pakistan or the England side, but I would say that the standard in the IPL would possibly be better. The standard in the IPL would possibly be better. Now, if you have to look at his argument from, let's say you have to agree with him, you can understand why it is he's saying this, because in the IPL, you're up against the world's best players. There is pressure from fans. The atmospheres are different. There's also pressure from team owners. Let's be real. We've seen how invested it is that team owners get. Just remember how passionately Sanjeev Goenka was giving KL Rahul an absolute verbal thrashing in public. And you'll understand why it is that this tournament means so much to even the team owners. They've invested lots of money. They want to see their team winning every now and then. And so maybe what Vaughan is saying isn't exactly wrong. Maybe it would have been better for these players to stay back and actually complete their IPL, commitments, because that would be good preparation. Don't forget that one of the reasons that certain Australian players, see like Travis Head came into the auction after a long time, or Mitch Starc came into the auction after 8+ years. Why is it that they wanted to be playing this edition of the IPL? Because for them, it was the best preparation for the T20 World Cup. That was what they have publicly been saying for a long time now. Why is it that England then felt the need to pull out all those players? In fact, another player on this podcast, another former player that is, actually agreed with the sentiment, and that former player was Adam Gilchrist. He said that the guys that were actively involved in the IPL or in the playoffs at that point in time should have stayed back. I think that's a missed opportunity, spot on. And what Gilchrist said is that a team like England has so much depth that the players who weren't playing in the IPL could have been playing the series. They could have fulfilled the bilateral, let's say, commitment to Pakistan with whom they share good relations. You could have been playing. A lot of those players would not be, part of the IPL. Harry Brook wasn't part of the IPL. Chris Jordan wasn't part of the IPL, and Adil Rashid wasn't part of the IPL. Neither was a Jofra Archer. There's plenty of talent there who could have actually flourished. Don't forget, England pulled out the likes of Gus Atkinson and Mark Wood from their respective IPL sides as well. So there's plenty of talent there if they really wanted to construct a second string team, get the series over with, and then perhaps let the players already involved actually be a part of the IPL. It may not have been the worst solution, but it is looking like the decision to have a T20I tournament in the midst of the IPL playoffs, the T20I series that is coming under a lot of fire, even though the quality of cricket that was on display admittedly wasn't terrible. But maybe it's something that's best avoided, because at this point it does seem like for a lot of players and even ex-players, the IPL, the mammoth that it is, needs to be shown the right respect. But what are your thoughts on the entire matter? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the Sports the Gap, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now, from my side though, it is goodbye.